It's just another day. It's just another day. It's just another day. It's just another day. It's just another day.
So, but all right. Welcome to the episode. I don't even. What episode is this? Somebody tell me. 5, 6,
Five
5? I don't know.
episode.
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. It's
Yeah,
just another day with
David.
Adam?
and me, Elliot, of course, the E-Man. E-Man makes you sound like a drug dealer. I don't actually. Can I take that back?
Don't take it back.
No.
I
Embrace
am
it.
the E-Man.
No. You're
Uh,
an E-Man forever.
Stewie. So
Now that you
go-
live down there, just don't call meth Scante.
Oh, I'm
don't
not
do
gonna
it.
be that guy.
Don't do it.
Nah,
Say crystal or meth or both.
I don't even bother saying
Ne-
nothing.
Never be Jesse Pinkman because that guy fucking sucks.
Never would. Oh my God, David, we haven't even seen you or spoke to you in quite some time. Adam and I have been on adventure. Adam came down here, and that in itself, we never. All right, Adam, fine. You get to you. We can finally tell David about your trip.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Oh,
I've been wanting to know for a minute too. Like after getting over this sick, I've been fucking like, all right, I'm ready to hear this story because after Elliot's escapade,
Oh yeah,
ready to hear. I'm definitely ready to fucking.
we can
find out
go.
what
We'll go
happened to
one at a
you.
time. You'll hear Adam. It will literally be chronologically. So it'll be Adam, then me, then you. Of just all the fuckery that's happened since our last episodes.
All right, cool. I'm ready.
Go ahead,
Right.
Adam.
I gotta try to remember all the details here. There's a lot to this story.
It is by far one of my favorite but least favorite things to have ever happened.
Okay, so I'm flying out of Harrisburg, right?
Okay.
I get there, all is fine, like, weather's great, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
My flight gets delayed a little bit, not a big deal. I had a big layover in Philly, so not concerned, right? Went and grab a little snack, a little something to drink. Come back, flight gets delayed again. Now I'm like, all right, now I don't have much of a standby in Philly. It's like, okay, well, I still have a little bit of time. I'll be all right. Eventually, we get on plane. I do get down to Philly before my flight is supposed to leave Philly. So I get down there, no problem. Get off the plane, get over to my gate. We're delayed by like 30 minutes. I was like, oh, perfect. I can go take a piss,
Ugh.
grab a little something else to eat because I didn't eat dinner yet because it was in the evening. I was flying, taking a little night flight after work. So I'm in Philly. I'm walking around. There's like nothing open. All the food places are like closed. All the little convenience stores are like, there's like one or two of them open. So I grabbed a little snack there. I go back to my gate and I'm like, all right, I'll eat my snack here quick. Jump on the plane, ready to go. No problem. Well, they just keep delaying my flight out of Philly till they eventually just cancel it at like 10:30 at night. They
Damn.
just cancel my flight.
He's already been
So
there
now I
like
gotta
a couple hours.
Oh yeah. I got to the Harrisburg airport at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've been at Philly for 3 or 4 hours at this point in
Yeah.
time,
God damn.
with like all the restaurants, all the bars, everything was like pretty much closed. So when I saw that my flight was canceled, I was like, all right, well, let me go see if there's a bar open somewhere. Maybe grab a couple drinks, figure out my next steps. Um, so I start walking around trying to find an open bar. I find one finally. As I'm walking up to it, they shut the gate right in my goddamn face. I went, are you fucking kidding me? All I want is a goddamn drink to get me through this little bit of debacle until I can find a new flight. Nope, can't have that. On top of all that, everything else closes.
Jesus.
I have nothing available to me anymore in Philly. Everything just closed at like 10 o'clock at night. So I got to find a new flight.
He's texting me meanwhile, and I'm
So I
just
had to
like, oh
book a new
fuck,
flight
like
on a new airline because
I'm supposed to pick you up.
the airline I was using didn't have any spots on the next available flights the next day. I would have to be in Philly for like a couple days in order to get down to Houston.
Jesus Christ.
So I had to book another flight, another $300 for a flight just to get down to Houston the next morning. But I just had to stay in the airport all night. I wasn't getting a hotel room, so fuck that. My flight was leaving at like 6 a.m. the next morning. It was already like, at this point in time, it was like 11 o'clock. It's like, well, it's 7 hours. I'll just hang out, watch a movie or whatever on my computer. No problem. I can hang out for 7 hours. So that's what I did. I just kind of hung out in the airport for about 7 hours there. Finally got on my flight the next morning. Got to Houston, that flight, no problem. But it was an experience and a half.
David, it was legitly
Just
like
hanging out in the airport
13
all night
hours he
by
spent at
yourself.
the fucking airport. Like,
That's so bold and dedicated. Though. Like honestly, as soon as they would have canceled it, and I would have been like, $300, and I gotta be here 8 hours. I'd be like, dude, I could go home, sleep, and then drive the fuck back down here in all this time.
well, they didn't cancel it until he was already there for like 6 hours.
Oh boy, what's going on? I can't hear anything.
I'm sorry, Adam.
Uh-oh. We've got technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
Try disconnecting just the camera, and you can just stay in audio.
I don't know if he can hear you.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe I'll
He
text
just
that.
he's like, yo, I can't hear anything. Give me the
I can't hear you guys.
fucking.
You guys are talking.
Hold on, no, I'm texting.
You can't say that. He doesn't
I
know.
know. I held up my phone. He can see me.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna text you. Just dead silent.
Oh man, he's. Oh man,
That's
All right.
gold, though. That was fucking gold.
can you hear us now?
Yeah, I finally got back in. Now I hear you.
Okay,
good.
I literally. David's making fun of me because I'm like, oh man, I'm explaining what to do. He goes, he can't fucking hear you. Nah, yeah,
And then he's like, hold on, man. I'm texting you.
yeah. I held up my phone. I went like this. I was like,
Yeah.
he'll know what this means. Adam
Oh, I can't
speaks
see you,
me.
so you can
Oh,
fucking turn your camera off. I can't even see you, anyways.
it's fine. I'll leave it on for just my purpose then. But
That's just fucking good shit.
yeah.
right there.
But yeah, he was legitimately at the airport for like 13 hours. Well, it was like 6 hours at the point by the time they canceled it, which is already bullshit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's that's horrible. When you were saying that, I was like, dude, at that point, I would have like the dedication that you had to going on this trip, no matter what. I would have fucking just went home, called it a
Well, I was
day, and
in
then
Philly.
maybe went back the next day. Hell yeah, a 2-hour drive home, I would have fucking been like, where the fuck is the closest Hertz? I need a car. Going the fuck home. Or you could at least caught the
Well,
fucking
I
train to Lancaster and then fucking figured it out from Lancaster for a quick hour drive back. But still, it was a lot though. But I was like, fuck,
was like,
13 hours in a fucking airport? No way.
yeah. I mean,
With
well, it
no
was already
food.
like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Well,
It
yeah,
was like
and you
my
only
my
had
flight
gas
leaves.
station snacks.
Yeah, like a Gatorade and like a can of Pringles.
Fucking living right there.
And a little
Yeah.
can of Pringles, not even like a full
Yeah,
size
not
can.
even the big one, like the little
A little
half
baby
size.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, I'm treating Adam while he's down here. We're gonna do it right.
Oh, it's just so rough though. Like, I would have been getting antsy after like the first like 2 hours of a delay. I would have been like, come on,
Well-
and then to fucking wait that long and then be like, yo, it's been like 6 hours. We're canceling. Like, why didn't you cancel it at hour 2?
Dude, I'm telling you,
Right. And then we could have found another flight.
that's
but
what
they
I'm
just-
saying. The airports are so stupid. I mean, literally, Dave. Then he flies back, right? Later, like that week, later on, my one uncle, like my closest uncle, dies. Like my cousin TJ's dad, and like
Yeah.
I've had such a good relationship with him. Like he was just an awesome dude. And I was like, fuck, man, like I have to be there for my family, so I'm gonna fly out. And I booked, 3 flights. I booked a flight direct and then 2 flights back. I go to the airport early, like an hour early, and I'm using PTO last minute type of shit, all out of pocket. Just I don't ask anything of my family. I was like, I'm gonna be there. And I go to the airport an hour early, well, 2 hours early, and my flight's delayed. And I'm like, really? What the fuck? And my flight was supposed to leave at like 10, and it's 9, and the plane's there. Like I can see it. It pulled up, and they're like, "Well, there's a problem with the AC. We got to fix it. And I'm Googling ACs for plane. Like, what do they do? And
Right.
everyone around me is like ghetto as fuck and be like, nah, we got to go Harrisburg. And they're like looking it up and they're like, it don't need to be cool on the plane. And I'm looking it up and I'm like, the AC regulates the air pressure of the cabin for a plane. So without it, you're essentially flying a unpressurized plane, which is
Right.
fucking dangerous, and you legally can't do it. So they're working on it. An hour goes by, we get delayed again. I'm like, all right. And at this point, I've made friends with a couple people because we're all just standing there, and it's like, what else are you gonna do? We're all waiting for our plane, and we're chilling. Another hour goes by. They're like, all right, we got delayed again. I'm like, fuck, dude. And at this point, I've been there for 4 hours, 5 hours. Finally, an hour and a half goes by. They're like, this plane ain't leaving. We're flying another plane in from California. And I'm like, how long is that going to take? They said 4 hours. And I was like, are you fucking serious? At this point, I've already been there 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's not going to work. And I'm like, well, what other flights leave from this airport to Philly or Harrisburg? That flight was leaving 10 minutes before they just straight up told us our plane wasn't going nowhere.
Oh, those fucking bastards.
And all of these people, like a full plane's worth, are fighting for the last tickets for that fucking plane.
Oh man.
I'm just like, at that point, I was like, fuck. Like, when I was like, when does this plane come in? And they were like, honestly, it's going to be here at 9 p.m. I'm like, so you're saying I have to be here for 13 hours, essentially? Like, I'd be in the airport for 13 hours. And they're like, yes. And I was like, fuck that. So I
Yeah.
just straight up got a refund. And then I just was walking around the airport because at this point, I just bought my car, but I left my keys in the apartment because
Yeah.
Chelsea dropped me off.
Right.
Well, she was getting her license and license plates for, since we moved
Yeah.
on the other side of the city, which is like,
God damn.
to put Houston in perspective for most people, it's larger than 5 United States. It's larger. Just the city is larger than 5 US states. Yeah, I was like, oh my fucking God. So I chilled in the airport for a good. At that point, I think I was there for 8 hours, 9 hours before she could come and get me. But I made friends with a nice Asian gentleman. I'm friends with him on Instagram now. Shout out to
I
him.
looked up.
He's a very nice dude. He went to Pennsylvania and he committed to the flight. Like, he messaged me whenever it finally took off. That flight got delayed 3 times as well, the one that was coming in. He
Oh,
didn't
shit.
leave the airport till 1:30 in the morning and didn't
God
land in Philadelphia
damn.
until 6 in the morning.
That's horrible.
Yeah, so he was there with me. Like, we were 2 of the first people at the airport. So he was there for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like he was there for
That's-
like almost fucking like 16 hours or something ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's fucking
Yeah.
so
So
long.
so all in all, I missed my uncle's funeral, which I fucking felt like shit about because I was gonna give a eulogy. Like, they
Right.
asked me to give the eulogy, and I'm like, fuck. So I unfortunately didn't get to do that. And like, it just seems like bad luck hit all of us at different times in this group. Now we get to hear about your fucking crazy shit.
Oh yeah, it sucks. So as I had told you, I got sick, and I don't
Mhm.
even know, not even a particular name for whatever it was. It was just some type of viral infection.
You got the AIDS.
That shit, man. It might as well have been fucking the first day I started feeling like down. I was like, all right, let's go into fucking rest mode.
hmm
Let's get a shit ton of fluids. I got some cough drops. I got fluids. I got fucking Tylenol. I'm ready. hit me, bitch. This is gonna be a 3-day knockout. I knew you were coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I prepare for it. I spend the first day just kind of like chilling around. I wasn't like in bed too much, but I was like sitting in my chair, watching shit on the computer. I'd go back to the bed for a little bit, and I am just literally I'm a whole fish, dude. I had an entire fucking like case of water drank. I had water bottles everywhere. I'm pissing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, everything's good. Day two, same thing, but all of a sudden I started getting these body aches, and I was like, holy shit. I'm just gonna drink the water in bed, and when I gotta piss, I get up. I do that, and I start to notice like no matter how much I'm drinking, I'm still fucking dehydrated. Like I could just see it. I just see the shit. So I was like, I need to eat something. So I grabbed some fucking meat that I got at Carnes like 2 days before.
Mm-hmm.
Just some fucking 85-15 ground beef, making a burger. I'm fucking ready to eat it. I make a big old like half-pound patty because I hadn't eaten all day. So I was like, this is basically what I'm gonna eat for the day with more fucking water. I go to eat it, and it was the worst fucking meat I'd ever had in my entire life. Like whoever butchered it on the instant. Didn't take care of the meat, and there was so much blood that was left in it. You could literally taste the fucking iron
Ugh.
in the meat. Like my mouth just tasted of fucking metal. So that made me super nauseous after a while, and I just fucking puked everywhere. So now I still have nothing in my body. I chug a bunch of water, and I didn't eat for fucking 3 more days after that.
Jesus.
Just because I couldn't eat because I was still so sick, and then having nothing in my stomach but water for a couple days just didn't give me any favors. Now, not eating and only drinking the water, and then at that point, I guess not drinking enough, ended up a fucking trip to the ER after another 4 days when nothing was going right. So I get in there and they take a fucking blood sample, and they look and they were like, your fucking blood pressure is through the roof right now. Your platelets are all fucking fucked up. Like, you are one of the most dehydrated people we've ever fucking seen here. I was like, really? They're like, this is like almost unheard of that you're even conscious. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, most people who have their blood pressure at this point and are this dehydrated, they can't even fucking move. They're like, what's wrong? I was like, I have the worst migraines when I cough. My body literally just hurts everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, that sounds about right. So they put me in this big ass fucking room, and they have this, like if people are walking around with the IVs, they have those little poles and shit, and they normally hang
Yeah.
them up on the poles and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, man, they had this shit like on the roof, and they had 3 of the biggest bags of fluids I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Like they looked like they were holding like a gallon fucking each.
Well, you're a big dude, so like you get like, and I don't mean like just like, I mean you're tall, like you have like just a big stature, so I assume you fucking need a lot of fucking fluid.
So normally, even if you were dehydrated, they told me they're like most people we give 1 bag, but because you're sick, we're worried that you're gonna still feel this way tomorrow. So we're gonna give you an extra bag. I was like, so what's the 3rd bag for? They were like, good measure. I was like, okay. So I fucking went in there because finally at 4 o'clock in the morning, something happened to me where I got up, I went to fucking puke, and it literally felt like somebody was bashing my fucking brains in. And I was so dehydrated that after I fucking puked, my entire body seized up and just cramped.
I was gonna
And
say
it
you
took
probably hemorrhaged.
Dude, it took me 45 minutes to stretch out all the fucking cramps before I could get in actually like sit down, get in the car, drive myself to the ER, and then they just gave me all these fluids. So I'm there from fucking like basically 5 in the morning until 9 a.m., dude. I finally leave that bitch at 9 a.m. I get home, I feel so much better after they juiced me with all the fluids, and then I had to call them back 20 minutes after I got home. So I call them, and they're like, "Well, what seems to be the problem?" I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you guys gave me, but I can't stop sweating." And they were like, "Is your chest feel okay?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Can you hear okay?" And they gave me all this shit. They were trying to make sure I wasn't having a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not kidding. Literally, I was like, I was wearing a hat. I took it off. It was wet. I'm wearing a shirt. I took it off. It was soaked. It was literally dripping. And I was like, I'm actually still dripping sweat onto the fucking ground. So they're like, there's nothing we can do for you. You're gonna have to call your primary care physician. I was like, what? I was like, okay, bye.
Thanks.
So I was like, "You're the fucking ER I just came from, but that's cool." So I call my fucking primary care physician and I get one of the nurses on the phone. And they were looking over everything they just had, and they were like, "Oh my god, you're one of the most dehydrated people I've ever seen. Like,
Thank
are you
you.
okay?" I was like, "Well, ma'am, I'm still feeling a little sick, but right now I can't stop fucking sweating." They were like, she starts going over it, and I can hear her call the doctor over. They're looking at everything, and they're like, "Is his chest okay?" Blah blah. They go over the same
Yeah,
heart
it's the
test
same
shit.
shit.
They're just making sure I'm not about to fucking explode. And they were like, and then he goes, "Whoo!" And I just hear like this noise. It's just the sound of surprise. He's like, "That's a lot of." He's like, "Tell him it's okay. It's normal." And I was like, "What is it?" She's like, "Oh, he says it's okay. It's normal. It's just because they gave you all that extra fluid. Your body doesn't need it. So you're actually sweating out all of the extra fluid that they just gave you." I was like, "Am I gonna be okay?" Like, yeah,
Like,
you're.
am I gonna be
They're,
fucked?
yeah, they're like, "No, you're gonna be okay." They're like, literally, your body is now hydrated, and everything else you have that you haven't urinated out is coming out of your pores. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
you're sweating the piss out and everything, literally.
literally everything was coming out of my body. I'm not joking. I couldn't stand in bed. There was actually just like a puddle around me of fucking sweat from the amount of sweat that dripped off every part of my fucking body. It was fucking crazy. And I was just so fucking worried. So I was like, yo, people aren't supposed to sweat like this. I was like, this isn't normal.
I've had the same thing when I went to the hospital the one time. They fucking when I got dehydrated when I worked as a valet, and I fucking woke up and they were like checking my asshole, like they fucking fingered my butt to make sure I didn't have internal bleeding or something, because they were like,
Oh God.
dude, I have no idea why they did it. They're like, this is a stomach ulcer. Clearly, the only way we can check is by putting our finger up your butt. And I'm like, what?
Great.
But they fucking gave me like a super IV bag and shit, and I'm like out of it. Like, and they had me sign documents when I was completely like unconscious, which is
Oh
illegal, but
yeah.
whatever. And yeah, like after I got my IVs, like literally the rest of that day, I couldn't stop sweating and taking pisses. Like I took probably like 35
Yeah.
pisses in
That's
like
what
the
the
span
fuck
of
happened to
6
me.
hours. I was like, Jesus, some super fluids, baby.
Yeah,
Give you
my only problem is I just couldn't fucking stop. Like I'm not joking. I had to wash all my clothes instant. I even had to take my socks off. Like I was literally like you would have thought I just got out of the shower. I was that wet.
Bro, yeah,
Like
and
my
your bed sheets and shit. You're like, fuck, I gotta strip
yeah,
my bed twice now.
dude, yeah, my hair was literally wet. My beard was fucking dripping. Everything. I was like, this is insane. And I had to stand in front of the fucking AC to cool the fuck off. And I was like, even when I had bronchitis, it wasn't this fucking weird. Like
You-
that was just 2 weeks of horrible coughing
You're
and
greased
just
up like
feeling like
Frank
shit.
coming out of the couch.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. That is exactly what it was like.
Oh God.
100%. And it was just the fucking worst. And I just fucking like the whole time I'm sick, I'm texting fucking Alan. Did I tell you what happened to him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got fucked up.
Yeah, I felt so bad at the gym when that shit happened.
Did he get his teeth fixed?
He didn't get his tooth fixed yet. I talked to him today and his lip just finally like healed and closed up. So
Yeah.
they
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
do anything until the
We didn't
lip
tell
was
that.
healed.
Fuck it. We'll tell everybody. Tell him, David. Just
Yeah,
give the synopsis of it.
yeah. So basically, what was going on is, and we were working out at LA Fitness with me and my buddy Alan,
Mhm.
and he hadn't worked out in a while. It had been a little while for me, and we were doing this fucking program that I found, and I'm telling you, the program's fucking awesome. It's great. So we go to do it, and we get to leg day. Well, we had already done 3 leg exercises leading up, and then we get to
Mhm.
squats. So we go to do squats, and I noticed that he was kind of holding his breath when he was doing his workouts a lot. And I was like, hey, man, don't hold your breath. Whatever you do, do not fucking hold your breath right now because if you hold your breath, you might fucking like pass out and fall down. And I was like, and if that happens, I will fucking laugh at you. And I said that at the squat rack. And he goes, I'll fucking laugh at myself. I was like, all right, man. So we take our phones, we put them on the ground, we get through the squats. No big deal. Start noticing he's not breathing through his squats, and he keeps doing one more than me just to fucking like one up me, just to fuck with me. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, just stick to the program. Don't fucking do this. He goes, nah, it's
Yeah.
fine, it's fine. We grab our phones, we get to the next machine, and we're doing the fucking leg press. We both do leg
Mhm.
press. We didn't even have that much weight on it. He gets up, I'm sitting down, and he goes, you know what, man? I don't feel good. I need to fucking sit down. I literally like I'm starting to get dizzy. I was like, all right, chill for a second. I'm gonna take the weights off the machine. I'll grab the phones, whatever you do. Do not bend over. Go over and sit on the bench by the racquetball court. This was only like maybe 100-foot walk, if that. And I was like, "Can you make it over there? Are you good?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll make it over there. Don't worry about it. I'll be cool." I was like, "All right." I get the weights off. I grab the phones, bend down. By the time I bend down and fucking pop back up and look over like I'm walking towards the courts, there is a swarm of people fucking screaming 911 and get help. And I look over and I'm like, the fuck is?
Jesus.
I was like, the fuck is that? And I look over and I see fucking feet on the ground. I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I noticed, I was like, wait, oh shit. And I noticed his fucking black and white basketball shorts he was wearing. And then I noticed they were his shoes. And I was like, oh my God. And so I like fucking jaunted over there. I was like, holy shit, what happened? They're like, dude, he just fell forward. I was like, what? And they're like, does he have seizures? Is this a medical emergency? Anything like that? I was like, no, he was just dizzy. I think he passed out. Sure enough, he like leans up on his fucking forearms and kind of looks around. You could tell he has no idea where the fuck he's at. He sits up. You can see some blood dripping from his mouth. It doesn't look like it's all that bad or crazy or anything, so it looks like he's gonna be all right. They give him an ice pack and shit, and he kind of like puts his finger in his mouth, and he's like, And then he looks down on the ground. He goes, "Look, there's my tooth," and half of his fucking tooth broke
Oh.
off and just fucking was sitting on the goddamn ground. So I like put it in a paper towel. I was like, "We need to get you to a fucking dentist, like right the fuck now." And then I was like, "You know what? We should probably get you to an ER first before we get you to a dentist." So
Yeah.
of course, I'm on my motorcycle. There's nothing I can do. I get him out to his car. We chill for a minute. I gave him some of my fucking I had body armor at the time. I gave him those, get some sugar in his body, trying to fucking get him going again. And I'd never seen somebody like legitimately so fucking defeated. And I was like, hey man, that shit happens. And this old, like, I don't know, I think he was Puerto Rican. This super nice, older, like fucking jacked up Puerto Rican dude. He's probably like 55, 60 years old, has straight up salt and pepper hair. He's like a whole 5'5". He goes, hey man, you gonna be all right. You know what? I did the same thing. I was on the squat rack. I was over there, I was squatting, but I didn't wake up. He's like, you're lucky. You woke up. They had to wake me up in the ambulance with the IV and smelling salts. And he just starts going, he's like, you need to get out of here. Go get something to eat. Go do this, go do that. And he just kept giving all these fucking tips. And I was like, this is the nicest guy ever. And he's literally wearing a
Hell
giant
yeah.
gold chain with a cross.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
And he's decked out in all white workout gear. And it was the greatest fucking thing ever. And I was like, this is the man right here. I was like, this is the guy you want on your fucking corner. I was like, I like this guy. This
Dude,
is
the
this
lifers
guy's the shit.
lifers are the best there. Like the gym lifers, the people who like they're not fucking there for anybody else but themselves.
Oh yeah.
Those people are literally the best. Like, and you know them because they don't fucking like. They're not there checking themselves out in the mirror. They're not there fucking dilly-dallying with the weights. No, they're going through a fucking routine. And then if you're like coming up to a machine, they're like, "Hi," like they're polite people. Or they'll be
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Are you done with this machine? Or do you mind if I use this?" Like, they're awesome.
Oh yeah, no, he's a super cool guy. Like, he's the shit. I see him every time I go in because I well until I got sick, I was still going,
Hmm.
and I've been waiting for him to get his shit back together. You know, get his tooth fixed, get his let his lip heal and shit. But I fucking swear, man, I felt so bad when I realized it was fucking him on the ground afterwards. And like even like to today, I'm like, bro,
You should have just
if
Dumb and
I
Dumbered
would've,
his ass. Like,
it,
just point at him and laugh.
dude, I'm telling you, if I would have known it was like gonna be like that, because he made it to the bench,
Yeah.
but
But he
I don't
just
know what
slumped
he
forward or
like.
some shit.
Yeah, he like sit down, and I guess he fucking leaned forward and blinked, and then it was just fucking lights out, dude. Just fucking slept him. Just went down. I was like, oh my god. Like, if I would have known, I would have walked him over there. I would have been like, stay here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get this shit off. We'll grab the phones, and I will walk you over there just to make sure you're not about to fucking die. And of course, he fell where nobody was too.
Yeah.
Like, and
It's the worst.
I guess my only guess is that the people in the like surrounding area heard the fucking thud over there. Because the worst part is like this was just some straight up fucking like hard concrete with a linoleum fucking slab on top of it. So this man fucking
Just-
he he bounced off the fucking concrete basically, and I was just like, dude,
Hey, at least it was from sitting
this
and
is
not fucking straight
awful.
up. Like, at least it was like, as shitty as it is, it's like the least amount of damage was done. You know what I'm saying? Like, It could
Oh yeah, he could if he was standing or some shit.
and
Like
just
fucking
fell
Jesus
backwards and just
Christ.
crack the back of his head. But like to slump over and then hit your face is like so much
Yeah.
better than the back of your skull.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It just like he literally like he like pulled his lip up. He's like, "Is my lip okay?" I was like, "Yeah, man, that looks fine. Looks like you might have just like nicked a little bit, no big deal."
It's
But
not
then like,
stitches worthy.
well, yeah, and then I looked at it again in the car. He's like, "Are you sure my shit's all right?" And he like picked up his lip, but this time he like pulled it a little further,
He tore
and
it.
then all of a sudden, dude, well, he didn't even tear it. It was tore.
Mhm.
Like finally, I could see the fucking like meat separate, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "You should definitely get to the ER like right the fuck away." I was like, "You might need like one of those butterfly stitches." I was like, "I don't think they're gonna stitch you,
Nah, they'll
but you
do
probably need."
this.
Like, yeah, you probably need those little white butterfly stitches for a couple days to hold that bitch together while it heals, because that's a little bit worse than it looked earlier. I was
Mhm.
like, dude, I fucking
Yeah.
it just kept getting worse and worse for him. And I was just like, damn, dude. And I couldn't imagine like, just having a busted tooth, trying to fucking eat, drink, anything.
Just do
That's
anything.
yeah, it's gotta be fucking hell. I mean, we've all had a cavity that bothered us at some point, I'm sure, but to have a fucking half broke tooth. Well, I mean, fucking plenty of fucking tooth pain.
Hey,
Yeah,
buddy.
I say, fucking plenty of that shit. You know
I,
what all that's
I,
about, but it just,
what
fucking
teeth? Am
cancer
I
tooth.
right?
Yeah, exactly. What teeth now? It's all good.
Let's see.
Ain't no chiclets left to spit, right?
Not fucking,
Yeah.
not a goddamn chance. All right, let me see. I'm gonna swap to my go live screen. Oh, there we go. And then I'm gonna go live to my Netflix account.
All right, let's do it.
Don't judge me. This is a segment that who came up with it? Who was the initial?
I think I think it might have been me
Fuck,
for
I
this
don't even
one.
know why, but F11's what I meant. Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is.
think it might have been me because I think I think it was me when I was talking about it because I thought it would be funny, but at the same time I had watched some shit that was already embarrassing, and I was like, yo, I hope nobody knows about this. And then I was like, everybody does that. Everybody has that shit on Netflix where they're like, yo, it's a good thing that I like watch this alone
I mean, I'll
because I don't
start.
want nobody knowing about this shit.
I'll start with my continue watching if you'd like. I mean, here's the thing: I share my account with Chelsea, so like some of this is stuff I don't watch. You guys see my screen? You tell me what to
Yeah,
scroll to.
I can see right now. So I would say, yeah, start with continue watching, and then after continue watching, there should be the watch
ex-
again section.
Explore all. I can click the. Oh wow, I don't have much in here.
I mean, she got something, but
I mean, this is David shit right here.
absolutely,
We all
that's
know
the shit I
why.
live for.
Yeah, I feel lame. I don't watch enough Netflix anymore, I guess. Watch.
It's not too bad. I mean, obviously, I can tell the shit. I mean, I can tell that you've been watching Avatar and Trailer Park Boys, but
Actually, I don't even know the last time I watched Trailer Park Boys. Truly, I think the things we've watched on here is The Crown. I did watch Avatar for a while, but Chelsea started watching Who Killed Sarah, this Dirty John. I don't know what that is.
I don't know shit about any of that.
We
I
put
can't even
Nailed It
talk shit.
on.
What the fuck is Nailed It? What is that?
Oh,
I
it's that
watched that one.
baking show where people who are terrible at baking
Oh, fuck that show.
bake.
I
Adam
hate
doesn't
that
like the
host.
girl host because she's not.
I don't like the
He
host.
doesn't like
She's
her.
annoying.
She is annoying, but for good reason. That's just who she
What
is.
the fuck's her name?
Rashida
What is she?
Jones.
Nicole
She-
Byer or something like that?
I think it is Nicole Byer. It is Nicole Byer. Adam, you win.
Fuck yeah. Fuck you. I just spite her because I hate her, so.
Yeah, he doesn't like her. What else do I? Where's that? What I've watched? Oh,
If you keep scrolling, there you go. Did you? That's
Watch
what you
it
should
again.
watch. You should
There you
watch
go.
fucking Sweet Tooth if you haven't watched that. That show's
I have not.
it's fucking good.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to make fun of much. I
I
mean,
mean, let's see what you got on here. If
I
I
can't
can.
see it, so.
Adam, I'm sorry.
What do you mean you can't see? Like you
His
don't?
internet's
My
poopy right
This
now.
my internet shitty.
Oh man.
I can't see video.
I will tell
Yeah, I
you,
hate
Adam.
I
The
hate
only
to
thing
say
on
it,
here.
everything on here looks fucking
I know.
totally fine so far.
I
Like
know.
I don't see anything too goofy on here.
Chelsea's been watching Bridgerton, and she says it's pretty good.
I've heard it's good. I just
Yeah, I've
haven't
heard the
gotten to it.
same thing, but that's one of those ones where I feel like it's a chick show though. Like I feel like if I watch it, I'm not gonna feel the same way about it.
Yo, Adam, I fucking looked up Irregulars to see when season 2 is coming. Shit got canceled
What?
for no reason. I looked it up. Yo, alright, this is leading me to my rant. My biggest problem right now with Netflix and most streaming services is they are fucking terrible at promoting shows and knowing how to disperse like money and funds for good shit, right? Like think realistically. They will fucking make like 45 shows in like this is on average probably 45 shows a year, right? Of those shows, I feel like we'll say 20 of them are good, right? So like that's a 50-50 shot. And then of those 20 like that are left over that actually do well, they cancel about I don't know, like 17 of them. So you're left with like maybe 3 shows to watch cuz they want every one of them to be like the next Stranger Things. But the reason Stranger Things was so successful is cuz the way it was promoted. Like Irregulars, this is a really fucking good show, David. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. If they
Is this the Sherlock show or
Yeah,
whatever? Or
it's
like,
kind of yeah.
okay,
So if they were to promote it the right way, as they should have, like a Supernatural, it's basically like Supernatural, but in like old England, like during Sherlock Holmes, and that's like the best way you could have promoted it. Is like, check it out. This show is very similar to Supernatural. For all the people that liked Supernatural, this show is for you. But instead, what they do is they're like, well, we promoted it for 1 week. Let's fucking cancel it. And like it's so dumb. Like it's a really fucking well-written show. There's no dud episodes. Like the plot isn't too crazy, but it still surprises you. And it just broke my brain that you're going to fucking cancel this after 1 season and not even give it like the due diligence of a second season. Like it can't be that expensive to just stick with shows. But they just fund like the dumbest shit. Like they'll cancel this show, right? But they'll keep Floor is Lava, a show that like appeases more families. Yes, like I get it. This show can be watched by everyone. But like realistically, The Irregulars is a fucking phenomenal show that just didn't get the chance. And I hope they do. I hope they get like a movie or like something. But I found out last month that they just straight up canceled it.
yeah,
Like
but it's all
Damn.
about what people are watching though. Like,
but it's about promoting too. Like they have to know how to promote fucking shows, and that's the thing that's pissing me off. It's the same reason like I was pissed at Sabrina, the ending of Sabrina. Like Sabrina was a good fucking show, and then like you get to like the last 2 seasons, and because they don't know what the fuck kind of show they want to make, they ruined it and made it shitty and stupid. It's just like what the fuck? Like
yeah, but
figure it out.
when it comes to the promotion, the big thing about a Netflix show is it comes down to the actors promoting because there's only a few shows on here that are Netflix originals that I've seen. Let's say a commercial for like Umbrella Academy got a
Oh yeah,
commercial,
Sabrina,
but
there was
like
a commercial.
something like the Great British Bake Off shit or whatever that never got a commercial. That's just something that people found.
Yeah,
They happened to fucking like it and it kept going. But that's kind of thing. Like Tiger King didn't get a fucking anything. It just showed up on Netflix. Quarantine happened, and everybody fucking watched it and tripped the fuck out.
yeah.
It just got lucky. That's just kind of how the Netflix shit works. Like honestly, when like The Haunting of Bly Manor came out, I didn't even know that shit was coming out.
Yeah,
I
nobody did. Well,
watched it,
that's the thing.
and that was pretty fucking. Everybody kind of hyped that up, and it was good.
If
Fucked
they
with
would
it.
just if they would do a better job at promoting shit, I think it would be a lot better. Like Lock and Key is one that like they didn't promote. It's awesome, but they
No,
promoted
yeah,
it
they
maybe 1 week before, and then like it just appeared, and then it's like, holy shit, this is like a really fucking good like
yeah, and
movie
that's
or show.
yeah, no, that's another one that got nothing, but that was basically one of those
Eurovision.
ones where they knew they were trying to figure out how this was going to play out. They
Yeah.
were like, this has a bunch of no-name actors in it. It's based on a comic. Comics are hot right now. Is this going to work? And it did.
Yeah.
Once again, got lucky, but all the actors and actresses who were kind of coming up trying to get their fucking name out there, luckily people fucking caught on. They were like, hell yeah, like we want this, we need this, this is it. And the comic community wanted it. Finding out that it's Joe Hill and everybody fucking realizing it's Stephen King's son, they were like, this has to be something.
Yeah,
Got to be something worth
it's just one of
watching.
those things. I kind of look at them just like there's so many like ways you could make like a better formula for your shows, and Netflix could be more successful with promoting if they were to do the simplest thing, and that is literally take your fucking finger out your ass and promote your shit correctly. Like it's the same reason like Defenders was such a terrible fucking show, is because like they hyped it up but didn't really plan anything, and then it sucked. And then everybody was like, "Oh, well, then fuck Netflix shows." Like Defenders was supposed to be so great, and then they just don't. They stopped promoting like shit after that failed. Like after all the Marvel shows they had failed, which failed because again, you promoted like this ultimate story, but didn't follow through. You know what I mean? Like that's why
Well,
those failed.
well, the only shows that fell through were Jessica Jones and Iron Fist. Those were the only two that kind of lost their way.
And Luke Cage season 2, I didn't even bother watching.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. That's the hard part. Like I know that this is just kind of what Netflix could scrounge up, but it also came down to Marvel being like, listen, if you're gonna do, or sorry, Disney.
Yeah.
This is like if you want these Marvel products, you're gonna have to pay like 5 times the amount you're paying now if you want more than these 3 seasons each.
Mm-hmm.
But they still got a great Daredevil out of it. They got a great Punisher out of it, and you're gonna see it come up later.
Oh yeah,
But
but they got
they
season
should have
twos.
just
That's the other thing. It's just like
well
they
all
got
the
promoted and season 2s, and it's just like literally like I hope you watch Irregulars and like, cause the special effects are pretty fucking incredible. B, all of the actors are great. I mean, the dude who played the fucking Hound is in it,
Yeah.
and like everybody in it is like really good of an actor, and like very like the story is great, like each kind of event is cool, and there's no one like you really hate. You love Spike, like Spike's the shit. He's the greatest character on the show. But yeah, it's just like I don't know, it's just one of those like I will not understand why a show like that failed, because like you look at the budget for it, and like I didn't actually look up the number, but like you look at the special effects that are in the show, and you're like, wow, this is like filmed better than most fucking movies. And yet they're like, you know what? Because like nobody watched it, and there's no like big name actors in it really. Like I think the biggest name actor is probably the dude who played the Hound, and he only plays like one character.
Mm,
Like I don't know
no.
who'd be the second most.
Um, Sherlock's brother. He's a pretty big name guy.
Yeah, but he's in like one episode as well.
Yeah, he wasn't for. He's not a main guy.
Yeah, like none of the main
Well, you
characters
said
are famous people.
well, you said the special effects are good though, right?
Oh, everything on it.
Oh
Like
yeah,
here's the thing. Like
everything's good.
you can
See,
watch it
that's
and not be like you would think, and it's not even that long of episodes. That's the other good thing, is like it's not like it's like I don't know, like an hour and change episodes. It's like I don't know, 45-minute episodes, some shit like
but
that.
that's part of the downfall though for Netflix stuff. So like Netflix, you have okay, the irregulars. A lot of good special effects. It's too expensive to make, and it's not getting the exact views. For something that's gonna have, I'm with you. When you
Hmm.
say good special effects, I know what you're talking about. So I'm with you. I know where
Yeah,
we
it's
kind of draw the
passion.
line with what's good and what's bad. That's too. It's already too expensive. That's the same thing. They have that show Jupiter's Legacy on here. It's a very unknown comic kinda.
Hmm.
It's really fucking crazy. It comes in 2 parts. But that show didn't get enough views, even though it's a comic thing and could have kept going. That show has such crazy special effects in it that look pretty awesome that I actually really like. That they
Yeah.
just can't afford to make it. There's no way. There's no way that based on the views, they can possibly still afford to do it again. Even though they could do it again and make season 2 a little cheaper, you
Hmm.
know there's no way that anybody who's watching is going to be like, "Oh, I'm glad you fucking took 20 mil out of the show and all the effects look like they were done by some fucking dude in his basement."
Yeah.
They're not. They're never going to let that pass. So you kind of kind of get screwed on stuff like that. That's also why a lot of shows like okay, like The Floor is Lava, cheap show to make, everybody watches it
Yeah.
for kids' sake,
No,
family sake.
I
Boom.
get it. I
That's
just
why you'll
get
see
pissed.
shit like that last. I'm surprised that like I know there's another show that I haven't watched. It's funny because I saw that Norseman thing on there. It's called like
Mhm.
Ragnarok or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard good things
That
about that too.
Yeah,
so have I,
I've
but
heard of that.
that's a show I never expected to fucking last. That what the premise of it sounded cool, but it didn't sound like something enough that people would be watching and actually being that interested in. So I fucking watched a couple episodes of it and I was like, these effects are a little bit better than I expected, but it still doesn't seem to outweigh it. So I don't know. I guess it's because it has a huge European following too, though, because that
Yeah,
show.
isn't that one dubbed?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dubbed.
Yeah.
So they're
that's
so
what
they're
I
getting they're getting an audience from two different places. But that's one of the
Right.
weird things too. Is some of these shows that are on here, nobody across the fucking pond is seeing them. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
people in
Oh, I might have lost people. Did I lose y'all?
here.
Uh-oh. You back?
I've been here.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Yeah, everything's been here. It's still good.
Okay, because the audio cut out for me.
Oh, that's probably just from
Just
having the
shit.
stream up.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll back out of here. But that's the thing that just
Not,
drives me nuts.
not everything can be fucking Hubie Halloween. You know what I mean?
Hey, I wish it
Right.
could.
Not
That's
everything could be like
Hey.
a quick, easy Adam Sandler grab, but at least that was good though. I still can say I enjoyed Hubie Halloween.
oh
That was
yeah.
very
But that's the thing that
was
just
very entertaining.
my biggest gripe of late is just like I want more streaming services to understand why shows become successful. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's always this thing where the people who are executives when a show first goes into writing, then it starts filming. Those people who approved of the project are gone by the time it starts filming. And they're already fired or they've gone off to different things and there's new people in charge while it's being filmed. And then those people are judging the project. By the time it gets to being aired, the people that were there during production are gone and replaced, and then there's new people in charge watching the formula as the show airs. And by the time it gets to the second season, possibly, there's another group in charge. And it's just like this vicious cycle in Hollywood, and especially those companies because they go through employees like that, like top people in charge and shit, like producers and executives.
Oh
They go
yeah.
through them so fast that it's just like there's nobody there to fight for a project and it gets canceled. That's why I'm literally 100% sure uh, that show failed, Adam. Irregulars failed because the people who liked it are no longer there, and the people that are there are like, no, we want more crime dramas or we want more of this because this is what gets hype. And it's like, you could easily make your show hype. Like Buffy and Angel didn't just become fucking overnight sensations. Like it took seasons. Like same with fucking Supernatural. Supernatural season 1 is fucking dog shit. It's terrible. The acting's awful. The special effects are dog shit. But they had chances to go into a second season and expand more and had like what 22 episode seasons and shit like that. So they could tell like random fucking stories and fuller like epic sagas. It's just like just give shows a fucking chance. Like Star Trek and Star Trek: The Next Generation. Not every episode's a home run, but it got its chance to keep going and see to an end. I just don't understand why studios can't just do that anymore.
It's all about the money. I mean, we talked about how much money a movie has to make to be considered a fucking blockbuster and a hit, you know, even though
I've been mind blown by those numbers sometimes because
yeah,
you can make a movie for $50 million, right? You could profit 150 million to 250 million, and it's considered a failure. That's
it's
so
not
dumb.
it's not enough money to pay for the more expensive sequel and all the fucking merchandise that's gonna have to be made, all the advertising that's gonna need to be done. It doesn't pan out.
I mean,
Even though they
literally,
don't need to do it and it'll fucking pay for itself overall.
it's such a broken
It's just
system.
they
Like
won't do it.
Hollywood is legitly a broken system, and I can't wait for like in the next few years when it kind of dies away because like people can just make their own films and release them themselves and like promote it themselves and like have this whole renaissance where people are just doing their own things and see, like we've watched a couple independent films that were like incredible on Amazon Prime that are just Amazon Prime free on Amazon Prime that it's like a student film or something like that. It just ends up
Right.
being great and you're like, holy fuck, like where'd this come from? Like my favorite horror movie we've watched of late is Happy Death Day. Most fucking crazy, like stupid, like the way they promoted it was stupid. It's literally Groundhog's Day slasher, but it's not that. Like you watch it and that is a part of it, but that's not that at all. It's like a murder mystery with like the fact that she keeps having to relive the day and figure it out and figure out how to get it right. It's awesome. And then they made a sequel, which is a twist on that, and it's just as fucking incredible. Now, there might be a third one down the line. Who knows? And those movies only cost like 20 million to make. The first one made like I think it like made like 175 million, and like it was considered a success. And I'm like, well, that yeah. I mean, if somebody told me right now, you can give me $20 and I'll pay you $15,000 later, it's like, yeah, you consider that a fucking profit right there. But like the second one cost 20 million to make and only made 75, and they're like, it didn't do as well, and we didn't really promote it, so that's not really a success. I'm like, yo, you still are profiting. That's fucking stupid.
Oh no, I'm with you. I think the biggest thing you're gonna see besides those type of projects are more the Kickstarter projects, like what is it? Fucking Jason David Frank.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason David, the guy who plays Tommy Oliver, the fucking White Ranger,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
Green Ranger. He
Mhm.
just got with you've seen the guys who do Bat in the Sun on YouTube, right?
Nah, I'll
All
have to
right,
look it
so
up.
Bat in the Sun is basically live action Death Battle.
Hmm.
You know, Death Battle where they'll take like Kirby versus like some other random character,
Yeah.
pit them against each other and see who can win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing about Bat in the Sun is they'll take live action actors and they'll make the actual scene
Of
and
them
they'll have them
pretend
fight.
fighting.
Yeah, like the one is Scorpion versus the Green Ranger, and then they
I've
did
seen
one
that.
with
I never knew what it was called, but I saw the clips of it back
yeah.
in the day.
So those guys, they just got funded through Kickstarter to make a basically it's like the Draken movie. They're doing a fucking Power Rangers Draken movie where he's gonna be the lead. And they decided to do it right. They fucking said, "Listen, we could have took this idea to a studio. It
Mm-hmm.
probably would have got greenlit, but it would have got fucked up with all the red tape. They would have said, we need this, we need this, we need this.' Now, it's in the hands of the guys who make Bat in the Sun and Jason David Frank. They're going to make it their way, the right way, execute their vision, and if that fucking pans out for something that was off brand because there's nothing really all that popular about Power Rangers right now,
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot more fucking people like directors who decide, you know what, I fucking love this script, I love this idea. Here it is, who wants to fucking fund it? And I think you're gonna see way more of that, and you're gonna start seeing it actually in the director's hand versus MGM Studios and all these other people being like, well, I'll give you the money, but if you don't put a Coca-Cola ad here for us to get
Yeah.
paid and put techno in the movie and give us a dubstep scene and all this other dumb shit, all this weird formulaic bro shit, Michael Bay, and then fucking Spider-Man 2. And if you, I'm talking about the Andrew Garfield one that was
Yeah.
a failure. Fucking, if you don't do that shit, we're not gonna be able to make the movie because it's not gonna make sense to us. 'Cause it's not gonna make money. You're not gonna hit all the demographics. It's stupid. Now this movie is gonna be whatever the fuck it wants to be. It's already bought and paid for, and then some. And if you fucking put the money in, they give you rewards too. Like honestly, if I would have known this was coming out, the coolest thing they did is the two highest options to bid were 2,500 and 10,000.
Hmm.
But if you did the 2,500 one, the big thing is that you got a fucking on-screen
Like
prop
scene.
helmet.
Oh,
No,
dope.
you got the helmets that he wore because they have a bunch of them.
That's
They're
dope.
using them for the filming, and then they're gonna sign them and send them out to the people who gave that much. You also get your name in the credits as a fucking backer. Blah blah blah. You get signed shit. You get a free Skype call with fucking the cast. All this other shit. And then the only other difference is if you had the bones and you wanted to do it, if you did the 10 Gs, you also got to be taken to the premiere.
Oh, that's
You
dope.
get to go to the premiere and do the whole thing, hang out with the cast, blah blah blah, all that other shit. Plus all the other cool shit. You got a helmet, you got this, you got that. It's fucking sick.
Hmm.
So when you give out those type of incentives, especially for something that's got that type of fandom, I think you're gonna see a lot more shit that you're gonna like, and it's gonna start with things that are comic book related and things like that.
Or writers you like.
As well, and then you're gonna see it branch off even more from there. It's gonna start with the nerdy shit, and once that picks up, just like the way Marvel and DC really fucking boomed in the past 10 years, you're gonna see that shit really start with other sects. Like you're gonna be like, okay, here's a fucking Terry Pratchett fucking one that nobody thought was ever gonna get made.
Hmm.
But some director decided this is the shit. I want to do it. Nobody really makes this shit. Let's fucking do it. And everybody who's ever read that book is gonna be like, yeah, I'll put 10 on that. I'll put 100 on that. I'll put 1,000 on that. And then they're gonna fucking make it. It's gonna be a fucking hit.
Yeah, because it's
'Cause
passion projects being made by passionate people. I mean, that's literally like, that's why people like I mean, literally perfect examples of things panning out that people had no idea about, that like you don't think of, or like people I should say that you know of, but are super successful with the passion projects they make, are Keanu Reeves with John Wick, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
movie that came out of fucking nowhere and rewrote how action movies go. And they're
yeah.
making, and 4 just started filming today, which is cool. But and then Quentin Tarantino, when he flipped the script and just started doing like Inglourious Bastards and those type of films, you know what I mean? Like Death Proof and all that. It's just like this dude literally doesn't fucking answer to anybody and just makes a project that he's passionate about, and it's a hit every time. It
Oh,
doesn't
for
matter.
sure.
It doesn't matter what film he just, because he's passionate and he has the right people, it ends up being great. And I just think that's the problem. Like Netflix and them need to like learn to trust people. Like I mean, keep giving Adam Sandler money because like his films are funny. I'll be I don't care what anybody says.
Yes.
Hubie Halloween's fucking awesome. It
So
is
I
incredible.
I like Hubie, but that's literally the first one in a long time that I've been able to sit down and enjoy without wanting to fucking put a gun in my mouth and blow my brains out the back of my head.
Yeah,
Like
but
he has made so many fucking busts that I have just
hey,
been
man.
so upset with where I'm like, dude, what happened? Like you used to be funny. And then, once again you just get into that classic like fucking meme where it's like Adam Sandler doesn't give a shit about a movie, he just says he's making a movie and then takes him and all his friends on vacation. I'm like, yeah, that's about right, Grown Ups, because those fucking movies suck.
Yeah, but
Grown
again,
Ups is fucking bad, dude. Like,
think
how do
of
you
it.
take the best, raunchiest fucking comedians and actors that were available and put them in a fucking family-friendly movie?
You gotta think of it like
What
this
kind of
though.
dumb
Like
shit is that?
if you're throwing enough like darts, at some point you're gonna start fucking missing. You know what I mean? Like you keep throwing fucking like, because like those darts are like, think of them like fucking dollar bills hitting that billboard, bam, 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 and every
Yeah,
once
but
in a
the
while you're
thing
gonna
is,
throw a
it's
bad dart.
it's on purpose. It's like he tanked it on purpose. He's like, this movie sucks, but I'm gonna get paid. I don't care. He went Nick Cage on me. He went
Yeah,
Nick Cage. Nick Cage has some fucking gems, and then he also has the rest of his career. But how the fuck do you go from making all of these really bad fucking movies to then in this what a fucking is it 2 year or 3 year span to make fucking Uncut Gems and then Hubie Halloween? You make the best dramatic movie he's ever made in his entire life, and then you make one of the funniest fucking movies he's made in his entire life. Like, how
hey
the
man,
fuck do
Well,
you? What
I
happened?
he didn't make Uncut Gems. He was just casting it.
yeah, and
I
he
thought
actually
he I
didn't
thought he
make.
wrote that.
He didn't write Hoobie
No, no,
Halloween
no.
either.
Yeah.
Hoobie Halloween was written by the dude who wrote Mighty Ducks, all the Mighty Ducks and the Mighty Ducks TV show, and directed by that guy too.
I fuck with that then.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah.
That's
Uncut
why the
Gems
Mighty
was
Ducks show's
an
great.
Uncut Gems was an A24 movie, I think.
Yes, it
It
was.
was A24. That is true.
Yeah.
So I stand by. A24 makes great movies, and Blumhouse makes good movies. Those are
Yep.
good studios that give the right people money to make passion projects. And
Are
Quentin
you
Tarantino's
wait?
his own man.
Hold on. Are you saying right now that Blumhouse is in your top fucking like tier of movies?
I will say, of late, yeah, because they just fucking give people money to do whatever they want. Like they just straight up, they like, it doesn't matter. Like I will say this. Yes, they do make piece of shit horror movies like every once in a while. Like they'll, for every 9 shitty ones, they have one great one. But they are at least some of the people who just keep producing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
So
they aren't worried about not making money because like who the fuck cares? But they'll
so
keep making it.
I'm with you. What I'll give you in that same regard is they have made some really dumb shit where I've been like, what the fuck is this?
Hmm.
But what I can at least say about the dumb shit is at least it tried to be original
Hmm.
and they tried to step out of the box and do something. That's one thing that Blumhouse does is it really does actually step out of all comfort zones and goes into something different, whether it be a horror movie that you've seen that they're remaking
Yeah.
or something totally original. And then they got stuff that's not so horror esque, you know. They
Hmm.
got some shit. Like, cause they did fucking Black Klansman too, right?
They did, and then I mean
'Cause
they do all the
that movie
Conjuring. Or
fucking
no, I don't think
that
they do
kicked
all of the
ass.
Conjuring. Sorry, I almost misspoke. I think they did 1 through 3 and a couple of the other ones. But then they also do shit like the escape room and that. You know what I mean? Like, but
So I watched that actually, the
I heard
first
it was
one.
pretty good. I heard it was like Cabin in the
It's
Woods esque.
it is very much so like that. It's super weird, but you like at the same time you're like, this is kind of foolish. But as you watch, you're like, but at least it's original, and I'm having a good time watching it.
It's on
So
my
now that
weekend list.
now that they're making the second one, and they've already been like, we upped the fucking ante. I'm like, yo, all right, now I'm trying to watch this. Now you really got me. The fact that you decided to
There you
make a
go.
second one of these and it's more
Yep.
intense, like I want to know about it.
Oh.
I'm trying to know a little more about this fucking film you got coming out. I want it.
All right, I'm gonna end on this story real quick because like we were just talking movies. So the other week we watched A Quiet Place. I finally watched that, and it's actually a
Oh,
pretty fucking good horror movie.
The Krasinski and fucking
Yeah,
Blunt movie. Yeah.
yep, that was actually a pretty good movie, and I won't spoil anything for people because like I know it's been out for a while and it's streaming on so many things. But if you haven't seen it, I fucking recommend it. It's like a top tier horror film. But we went and saw the second one in theaters. I wanted to go to the Alamo Draft House in Houston. It took an hour and 45 minutes to get there from where I live because I didn't fucking know it was on the other side of town. But we went and we're sitting there, right? And for people who don't know, Quiet Place is literally a film where there's a deaf character and nobody speaks because if you speak, the aliens or whatever the fuck that are around you will come and kill you because they're sound sensitive. So everything you do has to be super fucking quiet. Well, this fucking dude in the theater, 2 seats next to me, is eating fucking wings so loud, like open mouth chewing, like,
Oh shit.
and licking his
Yeah.
fingers, like, and I'm like, motherfucker, we are watching a movie called A Quiet Place, and you're eating goddamn wings.
The
Then
downfall, man, of those restaurant
I
movie theaters.
know, but like normally it wouldn't be bad. Like we paid good money and shit. Normally nobody's an obnoxious fucking asshole. Well, then he starts fucking vaping during the movie, and I'm like, yo, are you fucking vaping in this theater too? And it's like,
Yeah, big old fucking clouds and shit.
yeah, like yo, what?
What
Like
a
the most
fucking dick.
fucking prick motherfucker. I almost flipped on. Like, and you know how you know me. I'm a fucking nice, calm person until like 2T's comes out. I go from 0 to 100 pretty fast. But I almost fucking snapped on this motherfucker because like again, the movie's called A Quiet Place. But yeah, he's like open mouth chewer and fucking. If you're an open mouth chewer, just go the fuck away. Don't even listen to
Right.
this. I don't want you listening to this. I can't. If you are an open mouth fucking chewer, the only way it's okay is if you are fucked up beyond belief. Like I'm
Yeah.
saying fucking hammered drunk where you're like,
Just
and you're
fucking
and you're just
losing it.
chewing because like you're like if I don't eat something, I'm not gonna throw up anything. Like that's the only time it's acceptable. But yeah, that shit drove me nuts. And then like fucking like he just the whole movie, dude, like an hour and 45 minutes of that, and I was like, oh, you're so lucky I only had one drink, because 2 drink me would have fucked you up, buddy. I
And
would have gotten
honestly,
arrested that night.
if I was there, I feel like the chewing wouldn't have bothered me as much. As much as it would have annoyed me, I would have been like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" But as soon as I would have saw the first cloud, even being somebody who enjoys a good vape, I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, did you not want
Seriously.
anybody to enjoy the fucking movie? You wanted everybody to see your fucking
Well, that's the thing that pisses me off. It's
big
like,
old
how
fucking righteous
fucking
cloud?"
clueless are you? Like, what world do you live in where nobody else is paying for this movie for you to go and fucking be obnoxious? It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's like, dude, it's not like, and even so, like, he got a couple drinks and fucking wings and shit. I'm like, you came here to vape and spend $80+ on food and drinks. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, but he's that guy who's like, I spent $80. I can vape if I want.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, dude,
You you
I'm
asshole.
just trying to watch a movie with a deaf girl. That's it. But
Yeah, you're ruining my experience. That's why it's kind of nice having the whole new HBO streaming shit where they're like, yeah, the movie's gonna be up for like 30 days online. Watch it, don't watch it. We don't care.
yeah,
You figure it out.
although I'm pissed that Adam and I missed fucking Godzilla vs King Kong, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different thing. Like
Wait, you didn't watch it on HBO?
we fucking missed the window by like a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Jesus
was holding
Christ.
like we both were like, all right, let's watch it whenever you get down here. Like I was like, when you're here, I have HBO. We can just watch it and have a good old time. Then like he gets here and like we're looking for it and we're looking it up and it's like 3 days ago it was fucking removed. I was like, you fucking gotta be kidding me.
That's awful.
But
That sucks. I watched it the day it dropped because I had to know. Like I was so because I had already went to see the fucking Godzilla movie like 2 years ago or 3 years ago when it came out,
Bryan
and
Cranston.
I fucking love no, not the Bryan Cranston one, the other one, the
Oh,
King of
oh,
All
oh.
Monsters, where the one with
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, I almost said Millie Jean. I was like, oh no, not that person.
She's not my
Not
lover.
Yeah.
your lover.
Yeah, not my lover. Fucking yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. Because I was like, yo, you got Stranger Things girl in here. Let's see what the fuck's going on in here. I'm interested.
Hmm.
I was like, and you got fucking Godzilla fighting all the fucking badass motherfuckers that he's gonna fight. Like, all right, let me see what the fuck's going on. I fucking love that movie. And then at the end, they clearly make the fucking Skull Island quote, and you're like, yes, bitch. I know what the fuck's coming next, but I did not expect the third fucking person in there. That's what really got me.
Yeah.
Did not expect a third beast to fucking pop up. I was like, you guys.
That's what they do,
You
baby.
guys. Yeah, I was like, this is killer. I was like, this movie kicked ass. It just honestly, I've when I see shit like that, I can't wait anymore. Like honestly, if I was gonna do it, I would like, yo, everybody just hop into the cord and then play it and hit play at the same time. Just talk about it with the headset on and shit, like we're in the same room. Like at least you get to watch it, and you don't miss it. I hate missing shit like that now. Like, could you imagine if you did that with the new Dune movie coming out too? Like, dude, you can't miss the new Dune movie.
Yeah, we'll have to have a streaming party of some sort. Like, we'll
Oh,
we'll talk details offline because
There's just-
We'll figure that out.
There's too
Yeah.
many good things every couple months coming out on fucking HBO right now. Like,
Yeah.
there's too much to not
That
fucking watch.
Space Jam, man.
Oh no.
we said good things, Adam.
Yeah, dude, I'm
I
so
was just fucking
not.
kidding. I was just
I'm
kidding.
so listen. I'm not excited for that because just to start, I fucking hate LeBron. So putting
yeah.
putting LeBron in the fucking MJ fucking scene, I'm like, dude, no. And they've been talking about that movie. I swear to
Years.
God, for like
For
6, 7
years.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
it's
6, 7 years. I've been
ridiculous.
hearing this movie's gonna come out, and I've been like, please don't pick any other fucking NBA star. I don't care, anybody. And they still went with fucking LeBron, and I'm just so not excited for it. And I don't like that already in the commercial. They got fucking Granny being like sassy black lady. I'm like, what the fuck?
I just
Like,
hate the animation of
yeah,
it, but I
come
will say,
on.
you know who they should
Yeah,
have made
I
it,
did
Adam?
too.
They
Huh.
should have made it the fucking mini golf man himself,
Oh, Steph Curry.
Stephen fucking Curry. That would have been good.
No, he wouldn't have been in it.
I know he wouldn't have, but I wish it was him. Or
The mini golf man would have been tight. I would have enjoyed Steph Curry, but honestly, I would have enjoyed anybody. Like, honestly, they should have made it. If you were gonna make it real, and give me fucking Allen Iverson. Give me somebody who doesn't even belong in this movie. Give me some just ridiculous shit.
Bill Murray.
I mean, sure, bring back Bill. Give me fucking Wayne Knight again.
I
Fucking
mean, if anything, truly though, I would have done Space Jam differently. I would have changed the sport completely. I would have taken basketball out of the equation and made
Yeah.
it like football or something. Like if you're gonna do Space Jam, you do Space
Uh,
Jam like right. You either do hockey or soccer or something like something else.
Yeah.
So, well, the thing is, I don't know if there's a big enough star for that right now that they could take another sport and push into it with that particular star without it sounding like
Ovi. I'm just kidding.
you don't want it to be
kidding.
generic. And I don't think it would be generic per se, but I think it's more like you don't want it to seem like, well, I mean, not that LeBron is a fucking obvious cash grab or anything, but I just couldn't imagine like I'm just trying to think of a fucking sport. Like there's no way you were gonna do.
Tennis, Serena Williams. Boom.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking David Beckham with fucking soccer. Like there's just no way that those people are gonna pull enough fucking star power for people to be like, oh my god, can you believe this shit's coming out? Like I'd rather watch a Mario tennis movie before I watch Serena and Venus Williams have their own Space Jam fucking
I mean,
movie.
or you 180 it and you just fucking go like even more outrageous. You make Space Jam, but you make it about video games and shit. Make it like PewDiePie or something fucking ridiculous. That would have broken the world.
That would have hurt. I mean, I guess that's what Wreck-It Ralph already is though, right?
Oh, I mean, I'll be honest.
kind of.
That is like one of my favorite movies. Is both the Wreck-It Ralphs. But hey, we'll end it there. Before I know we're gonna go on another fucking tangent, but I'm saying I feel like we've accomplished enough. I gotta take a break from Hollywood rants. I'm gonna get too heated. I'll be honest. Space Jam is a sensitive subject for me, Adam. But I will still watch it. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna be proud of it.
Make sure you steal it though.
You don't know that.
Don't pay for it.
Well, I have HBO, so it's gonna be free.
No, don't do that. Illegally download it still.
I don't even know how. I don't even think I could illegally download it anymore. I literally just like, ever since that one time when I was caught because I was downloading all the Mission Impossibles and I got Mission Impossible 2 and somebody fucking reported me to the FBI and I was like, wow, that's a dick move.
Good old Digital Millennium Act.
Yeah, I was like, what a fucking dick who's torrenting and for the FBI. But yeah, fuck 'em. All right, baby.
Yup.
Just another day with.
David.
Adam?
I am Cybok. I mean Elliot. We'll catch y'all on the flip. Oh wait, how do I end it? I gotta remember.
The show has ended. The show has ended.